Well, welcome back to Sosnovka NOT version 3.1 by Johnny Vee. And we've still got the grass to get in for silage, but there's one or two other things that need doing first. So we're going to do a little bit of other work. First thing, I need to feed the chickens. They're a bit short of food and water, so we're going to get those done out of the way. I also need to put some muck manure into the greenhouses. I may leave that. I should be alright for another day on that. But I do want to get this done out. I'm hoping that this won't be too heavy for without a weight on the front. We'll find out. That's it. I was going to bring the other class, but this was handy, wasn't doing anything. But no, it's too heavy. Right, that settles that. We will go and get the class. This is easy to get into position, but not to be. Right, we've got we'll get the grass done, and we've got 2 fields left to cut. One will certainly be ready, the other one is a bit more doubtful. That's the one with the second cut, or second harvest. We're trying to get out of it. But certainly the other one will be, and I would have thought by first or second period of autumn, I would have thought that would be ready. We just put the weight back on, if not we'll only lose it. I'll put it into gear, I suppose. That does help, you know. Have you noticed that? If you put something into gear, it goes that much better. I'm not going to bother to unhook the front and put the weight all that on. It'll be quicker to use this, although it's not the best one to get into the chickens. It's a bit big, but there we go. That's what we find. The trouble is there got so many tractors here that now 4 tractors, and I'm doing most of the work, not all of it, but most of it on my own. So we are slightly over-tracted, you could say. But I suppose if I was to get rid of any, it would be the other class. I need the small stuff. Now, one of the problems here is these high backs to the seats, you can't really see where you are. We're miles away. So we should be about there now. Could do a reversing camera on here. Now, because we get the old problems, which I always have with using this bit of kit, is remembering the controls. So I think we just unhook the back and tip it, I think, if I remember right. I know this works now. If you remember, I've had a lot of trouble with this, because nothing wrong with the mod. I think it's the Black Sheep Modding one. There's nothing wrong with the mod, it's just me not bothering to read or being unable to remember the instructions. Now I have to remember which order these things are too. That's water, I think, is the first one. Straw. That's this one here, right. So what we need to do is to back onto it. could do with it, the fence being moved very slightly, but I think if I remember right, I tried to move it and I couldn't for some reason. Don't think I put any in there. Let's have a look at the instructions again. Now what? Remember, change to selection palettes. X work position. No, then. One of these. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Now we should about tip it. That's it. We got it. We had to change it to work position first. One of the problems is because I'm having to use the mouse controls. Come on. No, that's the wrong way. That's got it. And I'm using the right click because it also controls course play. I may have to change that to the reserve one, but therein lays the other problem. I can never remember the correct key presses. Yeah, it's one of the problems of getting more mature is memory. We know we've got no problem here with water. No, somewhere I should have, but I have got trouble with water with the chickens now. I haven't automated that. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that one there as is. Oh, let's go back a little bit. Oh. No, the other back. That's better. Put that down. Put the brake on. And let's get this off. A little bit of work on here first, and we're going to do some more grass. We almost filled the silage bin. I think we might have more grass than we actually need. I don't really fancy using one of the silage pits, I'll be perfectly honest. It doesn't fill me with any great longing to use the silage pits, although they are better than they were. I have been using them on a newbie challenge. Well, that's the only way I can do it. I can't afford to do anything else to make silage. I was right, I did leave it round here. Couldn't be certain where I left the tanker. Come the autumn too, we will, on the wet days, we will prepare in the fields. Although I mustn't go on there if it gets too wet. Oh, are we there? Are we there yet? Yes, how about that? Because there's no PTO on this. And get this back to the chickens and get this backed on, and Bob's your uncle, the chickens will be ready for a while. I think we're soon have to move some more wool. I'm going to wait until next spring before I sell any. I'll have to put that wool under cover before the bad weather starts, and we'll sell that all off next spring when the prices are best. Now let's see if we can do another one without hitting too much. I'm not going to expect not to hit anything. No, it's the first one. Oh, I think we might have just missed it. No. Oh, we'll have to go around. This is where I prefer the smaller tractor, of course. It's a lot easier to drive that in, especially when we come this far out. We're miles out from where we want to be. I'm pushing there now. First, second should be on target this time, I think. Or is that the? Oh no, we're on the. I think we're on the straw. What's in front? Yeah, we're on the straw. Take it along a bit. No, we can get in there. No, we should be there. We are. Well, that was painful. No, I used to think the JCB had bad steering lock, but I think it's actually better than the big class. Again, because these ain't built for fiddling in and out of tight spaces. These are built for pulling heavy loads and heavy ploughs about. How much muck have we got here? Any? Have we got? Well, I ain't got enough. I was going to take a load up to the greenhouse, but I don't think we got enough. We'll just have to drive up there, and as we got this, we also drive there with this, and we'll just go and do that next. I was going to leave it, but I think we get all the little jobs out of the way this morning, and on the morrow. Let's see what we got tomorrow. We got cloudy, that's going to be okay. Then we got sun again. I think we might be waiting to the second half of the first period of autumn before we bother to harvest the next field. We've got a day there, no sunshine. And the only other hope we got is the first part of late autumn. But we stand an earthly at getting this out. Yeah, it looks alright. And let's get this thing travelling. I think most of these fields are now had most of the preparation work ready for seed, and not going to do too much winter stuff. I'll do one or two fields of winter. I've still got the field with the beetle potatoes. You know, I can't remember which now. We're into to sort out. I think that's some muck on them. Ow. Doesn't we've got any muck to put on there. We ain't got enough, so I think a little bit of slurry must probably, or digitate on them, cultivate them, and they'll be ready for winter. This is the arbor crop, and I'll park this side of the road. Keep myself well out of the way. This one's the next one to be ready. Soy, almost 57%. That's not there yet. Is that the next one to be ready? I probably just told you a lie there. Oops. Hit the right button. No, this is the next one. It's in its last stage. We should see field 7, which has also got soy. God, we're going from soy both. We get both of those in. Yeah, old potatoes. Nothing's been done to that yet. It's just been harvested. Now, one of these, I think these two here might have winter crops going in. Don't think I fancy doing 14 somewhere. It's a bit big for a winter crop. Winter crop is handy because it gives you some money a bit earlier if you sell straight away. I tend not to. I tend to wait till quite late on before I sell. So you better just let that down. No, wrong one. That one. That's it. Let that down and we'll just unhook the water tank. I don't really want to be carting that around with me. Yeah, we got it. Right, let's see. When do we need to service this? Another 11 days. Well, we're fine. Little things we have to think about. Oh, I better just bring that round so it's on there. I'll just lift me bucket now. We've got all of the greenhouses to do. Well, we ain't too bad on muck. Start the far end and work this way with the greenhouses. It's quickest. I think I can get away without watering them at the moment. That'll do. I don't want to carry that too high. I've really taken a chance today and I'm doing all these jobs which is very easy to hit against stuff, and this is one of them. I never give myself quite enough room when I put greenhouses in. I didn't here. This end isn't too bad, except there's nowhere to turn around. But yeah, but to get them lined up there is a bit more problematic. I would be if I could say it. I hope we've got that in. Yeah, it looks like it's coming up. Oh, there's that is. They are low. Let's put it into a fast gear or a faster gear. Just drop that again, because if not, we're not going to see where the hell we're going. One of those little jobs I quite enjoy, actually, surprisingly enough, filling up the greenhouses. It's a simple job this simple beggar can do. Yeah, it's up. Oh, yes, up the road over the experimental place. I see they're going to do some experimenting with no plough. It may work on this soil. I know it wouldn't work on the soil back home. We're on a fairly clay soil, and it tends to compact quite easily. You know, I'm going to fill them all up, I think, once we're not just going to do a little, put it down into the lowest gear, or a low gear. I think at the moment we are missing everything. That's full. Yeah, especially as of the area I come from, we grow a lot of sugar beet, which means a lot of quite heavy machinery compacting the ground. I don't think that it would work too well for us. It would work here, I think, because we're not on heavy ground here, but I think I'm going to stick to my tried and trusted methods and see how Doc and this gang works it all out and see where it works. So it looks like it's going to work, then I might well give it a try on a couple of fields. But I know back home, I'll promise it's a dry part of the country. I'm talking about Britain, talking about east of England. It's a very dry part of the country. When we do get rain, we need to have very good drainage on the soil. That's it, there's another load. I think we're doing alright so far. Yeah, going back to that. Also, when it dries out, that's what quite often does. So, back in East Anglia, especially the clay parts of East Anglia, it gets like concrete. Well, so I think that sounds this no-till system. I think it depends on what sort of ground you're on. Here, as I say, I think we can get away with it if I want. I am actually experimenting very slightly by testing the soil out and every crop cycle to see whether it actually wants ploughing or not. And so far, we can get away without ploughing. We can get away quite happily with just... it's another... Oh, we're on the second one. We still want more in there. Yes, they were low. But yeah, time will tell what will work. But obviously, I'm trying the system as well. Not as scientifically as I know that Doc and his crew will be doing it. Mine's more a suck and see system. If it shows high compaction, then we will plough. If it doesn't, then we will cultivate. We won't be doing any side drilling or anything clever like that. We're just going to do a straightforward cultivation. It might be a job for a par harrow would come into its own on. But that is a slowish process, so that's it, it's another one done. Oh, I want to really just drop that down before we go forward, because this thing does bounce about something terrible, and we don't want that weight all up high. This old Massey is doing a lot of work, and what should be its retirement. But first job, I prefer having an open cab so I can see better what I'm doing. And I don't want anything too powerful. This is about right. Very low power. Open cab. But it works. But it's modern enough to have good lights on it, which is also important, especially if we have to come and fill up these things at night, which can happen. It shouldn't, but it can happen. I think we're there. Yeah, we're there. We're good. Close enough. This weight is really not heavy enough for what we're doing. It's not really holding this tractor as still as I'd like. Now what we're on to this one here, we're finishing this one off. Well, we'll be halfway get this one done. This is a longer job than you think for. Just lift that. It gets even worse when we start to spill muck where we don't want it. Halfway. And as soon as we can, we're going to have to bring some more muck up here. Right. Do this one from here back alongside here. I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Ivan and Boris are off for a summer break. Late summer, 'tis true, but they're off for a summer break. We give them time off now and again. Mainly when there's nothing else to do. So many jobs like this. I could have got them bringing the grass in, one of them, but I thought, no, we'll do it ourselves a bit later, and we'll probably finish that off screen. And the actual real reason is because I freehanded, or used GPS to cut it. It doesn't line up with my courseplay course I got for it. Yes, that's one of the secrets. If you're using courseplay, everything has to line up, especially if you're doing something like that. We're not going to have a lot of this left. Trying to keep off the road as much as possible. So I don't think the locals would be too keen if I deposit a load of cow muck on the road. Now will this one fill it up, or will we see another part in here? I hope that fills it up actually. A little bit more. No, it hasn't. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't like the look of the way this heap is disappearing. I think there will be enough to do these this time, but we're certainly going to have to get some muck here. And that's no good asking Doc, because he hasn't got a lot. We've only now got the cattle producing muck since we sold off all the pigs. But I think it's still the right move for us. Drop that down a bit. Keep it just over a metre above the ground. Actually put it down to about a yard above. That should do it. Just keep the weight down as low as you can when you're carrying something like this. I still remember some of my stuff from forklift driving. I wasn't a very good forklift driver, but I did pass the little insurance exam. It wasn't an insurance exam to say that I was competent to drive. They didn't know me very well. I only done that because the examiner was going to be there all day, and he'd gone for everybody who should have the test, and he just asked if anybody else wanted to go, and I said yes, I would go. And no one's more surprised than myself when I passed. I was most surprised were those who worked with me. They all knew what a terrible driver I was and am, come to that. Should be about right. There should be about 3 more bucketfuls, I hope, to finish off. I think that will almost be an episode. It will be an episode. We'll finish this off. I'm not going to put water in, so I think it's still 60% full of water. So there's not really any need for that at the moment. Just want to take it down a bit. That's it. But will you look how that is disappearing, that muck. You know, there's not much time left now for me to make a really big crash. This one should fill up. Yeah. Yes. Right, last one. I might as well fill this up whilst we're here. Forgot to go around this. Whoops. That was close. Suddenly remember there's a tree there at the last moment. It reminds me of one of Jasper Carrot's things. He used to work for an insurance company. And one of his things was he used to read out these accident reports people would send in, and one of them was the guy hit a bus stop. He didn't see it because the people standing in front of it. Yes, the mind boggles. I will just walk up to that water tank just to see how much is in there, but I think I am going to worry about that. Do that next wet day. Surprised I actually got permission to put the greenhouses up here. It's not on my land, but I suppose it's a case that there's more food and employment, because there is someone works here all full time picking, and actually I should get them to fill up with muck and that, but they don't seem to be so keen on doing that. Well, I don't want to go too far into the road. Should do it. Now hopefully this will fill this up. Yes. Rather than leave the muck in the bucket for to get rained on and then really messed up, we will tip it back on the heap. But as you can see, heap. Oh dear, there is nothing left there. We've got to get some more up here. Right, anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. It cheers me up if you leave a like, but it cheers me up if you leave a dislike. I'm an equal opportunities kind of person. Let's just see what we've got here. We'll leave that there. Yeah, it should be alright. What we got in here? Oh yeah, we're 70% water, so there's no problem with that. But at least now, let's see what they look like in there. Ah, yeah. Yeah, the crop looks good. No one about, I see. The people who look after this tend to do this as a second job. I think it's 2 of my husband and wife team who looks after it. and they do that in between going to the other job. Oh, shall we try something clever here? Huh? That should surprise everybody, including me, that I remember to do this. It's just that sound effects there don't quite mate up, so you have to. I had found if you do it twice, it worked, but whoa. Now I have right away, you note, but you wouldn't believe it. Right, anyway, as I was saying, if you're not a subscriber and you wish to see more of my ramblings, feel free to subscribe. Always happy if new people aboard. That's a long way off being ready 7. It's going to be touch and go whether it is ready or not. A faster maturing crop might have been better there. Yes, feel free to subscribe. I was happy to be aboard. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, or just want to just chew the cud, feel free to post in the comments section. I read every comment and I try and reply to them all. And I think with that it's me and saying as we wind our way back to the farm, and I will try and do some more of the silage off camera, but I think you might be stuck with it again next time. It's quite busy at the moment trying to get everything done. That's my story anyway. I'm by George, so I'm sticking to it. With that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.